Um, yep. So this is what's the true value of that 1? A positive 16 or a negative 16? It's a negative 16, so I will subtract 16 as well from the other side. So sorry the video got started late due to just finishing some other things up. We start our shifted conic section notes. We're talking about differences between parabolas, ellipses, and hyperbolas. We knew that this was a hyperbola because both the x and the y were squared, and one of them was negative. We've now completed the square, so this breaks down to 9 times x minus 4, quantity squared, minus 16 times y plus 1, quantity squared, is equal to, nope, it's going to be y plus 1. Now I divide by 144. 9 over 144 reduces to that 1 over 16. So x minus 4, quantity squared, over 16, minus y plus 1, quantity squared, over 9, is equal to 1. Now it's in a form. Do we know what to do with it now? So you can see how the first 3 days that we had are very important in order to make today possible. So now we go back to what we did yesterday. We identify the center, the vertices, the length of the transverse axis, the foci, and the asymptotes. Big question during first hour was, are you going to give us that on the test? The first half of the test, I will give to you those pieces. But the second half of the test, I'm not going to say, hey, you know, put this in the appropriate form and then list for you that it has asymptotes. See what I'm saying? Like if I want you to figure out what it is, if I list an asymptote, you're going to know it's a hyperbola. So all you do is just from the previous spots of the test, you just look back and write them down. That way I don't have to give it away at the very outset of the problem. All right, what's the center? 4, negative 1. So let's plot that and make our tangent rectangle. I'm going to go 8 by 8 here. All right, 4, negative 1. My tangent rectangle, how far do I go side to side? 4 units. Do I go up and down? Sweet. Are my vertices going to sit on the top and bottom of the tangent rectangle or the sides of the tangent rectangle? Sides. So the location of the vertices will then be 0, negative 1, and 8, negative 1. The length of the transverse axis is the distance between the two vertices, which is 8. The foci, what do I use to find foci? Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared is c squared, right? So you get 25, so c is equal to 5, so I go 5 units from the center. We have plenty of room to be able to sketch this graph. Location of so the location of foci are 5 units from the center. So -1, -1, and 9, -1. We just add and subtract 5 from 4. What about the asymptotes? Slope and a point on the line. What's the point on the line that both asymptotes pass through? It's always the center, which is 4, -1. And the slope, I look at my tangent rectangle, and I come up with the rise over the run. Rise is 3, run is 4. It's plus or minus. Y minus Y1. So plus 1. Hey, my smartboard just got stupid. So try to finish off that. So we got Y plus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3/4 times X minus 4. And you can leave it in point slope form because if you did have to put in slope intercept form, you come up with 2 equations. So for people that are watching the video, you might wonder what the heck is a tangent rectangle. We just named it after one of our students because he liked it so much. So. Okay, there you go. Sweet, got it? Let's try another one. Go. Hey, you like my flippin' bottle 2 cents against today? It was the first time I ever tried to flip a bottle. I'm not very good at it. Is this an ellipse, a hyperbola, or a parabola? Why is it a parabola? There's no y squared. So therefore it's a parabola. Now am I going to end up doing a y equals or an x equals? Y equals because the x is being squared. See how the x's are already gathered together for me? So I'm just going to complete the square. X squared minus 4x plus what? 4 equals 8y minus 28 plus 4. I just added a 4 to both sides. Now we have the completed square. This factors to x minus 2 quantity squared equals 8y minus 24. Simple math is called arithmetic. The Greeks thought it was so below mathematics that they gave it a different word. So arithmetic was not math. Arithmetic was basic. All right. So I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to add the 24. X minus 2 squared plus 24 is equal to 8y. Divide by 8. Everything by 8. I get 1/8 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 3 is equal to y. We are going to need direction, vertex, axis of symmetry, p-value, focus, directrix, length of the lattice rectum, direction, up, down, right, or left. Up, because positive and it's y equals. Vertex, 2, 3. Well, I'm going to start drawing my graph. Try to draw the stuff early on, you guys. As soon as I see this, kind of where it's located, start to put things in place. I make less mistakes that way. I don't know about you, but I get tired of making mistakes. I get old after a while. I don't get tired of doing things right, but I get tired of doing things wrong. So the axis of symmetry, is it vertical or horizontal? Vertical. Equation for vertical line, x equals or y equals? X equals what? Need to now find the p-value. What's my equation to find p? So A is equal to 1 over 4p, and A is 1/8. So what is P? 2. So that means I'm 2 units on the inside and 2 units on the outside. 2 units on the inside is going to be the location of my focus. I'll move 2 units up and 2 units down. So the focus is located at 2, 5. The directrix is not a point. It is a line that is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. It's a horizontal line in this situation, so it's y equals what? 1. Now, in order to try to sketch a perfect parabola, which is an amazing goal to have in life, we have to, kind of find out how wide to make it. And the length of the lattice rectum tells us that. So what is the length of the lattice rectum? Absolute value of 4p, which is going to be 8. I go 4 units in each direction. From my vertex. I am. Give it a shot because I didn't do very well the past couple hours. What is wrong? Like, why is it so bad? So bad. It's off by like an inch. It's like one old tick mark. Unbelievable. Okay, you get the idea. Last one. What is it? It's an ellipse. Why? Because it's the only one left. That is, I would be the teacher who would put who would leave one off of the test to make sure and do 2 of one, so then you would make sure that you're focusing. Positive x squared, positive y squared. Thank you for the joke. It's hilarious. You should be a comedian. Factor out the 2. I get x squared minus 6x. And I have a y squared plus 6y. I don't like the 26, so I'm going to move it over to the other side. Complete square. CTS. Plus 9, which is really plus 18. Plus 9. Plus 9. 2 times x minus 3, quantity squared, plus y plus 3, quantity squared, is equal to 1. Good at math, bad at arithmetic. Oh no, I have a 2 in front. I don't know what to do. Mr. Gens, you make math so difficult. Put 1/2 in the denominator. Very good. X minus 3, quantity squared, over a half, plus y plus 3, quantity squared, over 1 is equal to 1. So we just divide by the reciprocal. That way we can identify our a squared value and our b squared value. A squared is 1, and b squared is 1/2. Let's list all the important pieces. We start with the center, the vertices, the major axis length, the minor axis length, foci, and eccentricity. After this, we are done. Center. 3. Excuse me, negative 3. Smoker's cough. All right. I know you guys might find this really hard to believe, but I don't smoke. So. Tristan, you said you miss your friends next year. Will you miss me? Oh, okay, thank you. I feel better. All right, how many units do I go in the y direction? I go one of them. And those will be my vertices, won't they? Because it's stretched more in the y direction. So I'll list those. I've got 3, -2, and 3, -4. Awesome. In fact, the major axis, I can also list that. That's going to be 2. But the minor axis, oh no. What is the square root of 1/2? It's not 1/4. 1/4 times 1/4 is 1/16. It's not 2. 2 times 2 is 4, not 1/2. So, no. So you get 1 over the root of 2, and which is the same as root of 2 over 2. So the square root of 2 over 2 is the square root of 1/2. And if you make it into decimal, it's 0.7071. Actually, I just know that it's 0.7071 because Kelsey could tell you that square root of 2 over 2 comes up all the time in trigonometry, doesn't it? Yep, so we'll see that a lot as we move forward, yes. So let's move 0.7071 in each direction horizontally. There's my horrible ellipse. So the length of the minor axis is 2 times that. So 2 times the root of 2 over 2. What do you get if you take 2 times the root of 2 over 2? Root of 2. Oh boy, foci. What do I do? A squared is 1, b squared is 1/2. So c squared is going to be 1/2. Huh, what's the square root of 1/2? Root of 2 over 2. So I move the root of 2 over 2 units in each direction vertically. That will change the y value of my center. So 3 and then -3 plus or minus root of 2 over 2. How do I calculate eccentricity? C divided by A. C is root of 2 over 2 divided by what's A? 1. And so you get root of 2 over 2, which is 0.7071. So I like this problem. Root of 2 over 2 comes up a lot, and it comes up a lot in trigonometry as we move forward. What do you think? You're not doing A math tonight? Lolly, you have something against mathematics? Oh. Oh, no. This was your assignment, and I know who did this. This was Adam Nelson. He wrote here, Gens is a nerd, he wrote the smiley face. I'm going to beat him up. I honestly don't remember what the assignment was, so it wasn't, maybe it was just 19 through 25. No, I'm guessing it wasn't saved, so I'm just going to cancel out of it. Don't save, and now I'll reopen it, and I bet it will be Calculus, College Algebra Trigonometry, Unit 9, old homework cover sheet, and we've got, he did save it. What a dork. Okay. All right, we'll do 19 through 25. 9.4, page 760, numbers 19 through 25. I'm pretty sure that that's right. Page 760. There you go. Oh, and by the way, folks, again, 50% of your test comes from this homework assignment. Why do you think I'm giving you a work day tomorrow? Yeah, I don't give you a work day when we have easy assignments. I expect you to do that on your own. I give you a work day when you got challenging assignments. I'm giving it to you because I really feel like you're going to need it. Okay, so make sure you use tonight, tomorrow wisely so we can get our stuff done. Okay. I have not printed it off yet, but I could quick try to do that for you. Test is Tuesday. Yes. Yes. You can use that as well if you want.